Welcome Brawlers, I'm the Hermit, and today we are going to be playing Loot the Pathfinder. For 2 a green, a blue and a red, we get a 2/4 legendary Beast Noble, Double Strike Vigilance Haste, and it has 3 exhaust abilities. For green, untap it, you add 3 mana of any one color. For blue, untap it, draw 3 cards, red untap it, 3 damage to any target. So this is sort of a Temur midrange deck, but we have a twist, and that is we're gonna be playing all 3 Blood Moon type effects: Harbinger of the Seas, Blood Moon, and Magus of the Moon. Most people don't expect a 3-color deck to run these effects, and on top of that, well, first thanks to our commander being able to make mana, but also we are just gonna be playing stuff that searches basic lands, so we can build a decent mana base before we get one of our effects on play. And if our opponent is playing 1 or 2 colors, then we will just try to mid-range until we get the win. So we have decent cards like Hydroponics Architect. This one works on both sides. It also allows us to get some card advantage, but it makes some of our non-basics into basics, so we can take advantage of that. We have Tamillo for some card draw and some utility, as well as maybe her ultimate winning us the game. Ragavan, because of course treasures get around Blood Moon. We have Renan 6, we have a decent amount of fetches, mostly focusing on blue because we want to Hydroponics Architect. We have some free spells, and we even have the new incarnations from Lorwyn Eclipse. Byrans allows us to tutor for a land, or bolt something, Wistfulness, to exile an artifact or enchantment, or just draw 2, discard 1. Then we also have, since we have Renan 6, we might as well run Wary Songguard and Ice Steel Explorer so we can keep replaying the fetches from the graveyard. We also have a couple of rats, damage-based rats, including Chandra, that don't affect our commander. Since we want to reuse the exhaust abilities, we have Blink effects, Thassa, Deep Dwelling, Displacer Kitten, and Evanescence Flux. So we can use maybe 1 or 2 of the abilities. Hopefully drawing 3 cards and bolting is the most common combination for 2. And then we blink our commander, comes back, it counts as a new permanent, so we can exhaust again for each of the abilities. And I think that's pretty much the deck. Now let's head into the queue, go and do some mid-range, and hopefully Blood Moon some opponents. Shadowheart, so right away we get an opponent that will probably be okay with Blood Moon. Should we destroy the Shadow Spear? I guess we can't, because this is... because we want to chain lightning at some point, so... let's be patient. Keep the land. Becomes a 4/4. Yeah, so let's kill that here. And we will probably cultivate next turn. I guess looking at our opponent's mana so far, we could actually have used A blood moon. Let's wait on the red. Bolt. This bolt is for their shadow spear, the shadow heart, I mean. Energy acolyte. Ooh. So they are mid-range as well. Greens. Yeah, let's plan our genesis here. I guess we will use Unable to Scream, so it wasn't a tough choice there. And if you heard that some noises, there are some fireworks outside. Yeah, we are okay with them getting some dorks here. Glazots. Okay, so actually we can but that only leaves us with 1 mana. Well, I guess 3. So let's play loot. Pick your poison, clean Laglazots. Yeah, and we okay, Bitter Triumph. So I guess we draw cards here. Creature or land. Dark Tutelage. Okay, so does that mean they get a combo? Okay, so we do the math, complete you, and return our commander. Right, it's not a Turor, it's Dark Confidant. Ah. Okay. Okay then, how much can we do here? This would leave us 9 mana. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, looks like someone's getting a little sweaty.
Damage, destroy artifact. And there we go. Ooh, they took a bunch of damage from that ritual chamber. And they got Blood Moon, so... in the end, well, I guess maybe this wasn't the best showcase for it. But they were already very low on life. So we will count that as a Blood Moon win. Either way. GG's Shadowheart. Kind of greedy with your mana base. And that's why we play this deck. To punish those, well, to get some free wins by punishing them. I love Architect, but not being able to play Renan 6 is not what we want. Maybe we get something good with iteration. Okay, Virtue. Unfortunate. And Iroh. Fanatic of Ronas. Unfortunately, it cannot be killed with Renan 6. Lotus Cobra, on the other hand. Aftermath Analyst. I guess the way to play this one is Lash on the Analyst. Think opponent will try to... Ooh, and that's a island as well. We'll try to exile here. And we have a Magus. Okay. Sadly here they might be able to play Muldrotha or even Yosuro. Yeah, which means we will probably cash in Chandra for whoever they play. I think the mana means it's not Iroh, so count that as a blessing. Oh, Chthonian Nightmare. For the Analyst or Cobra? The Analyst. Do we have two Magus here? Think so. Let's see iteration first. Mercy can cultivate. They have one of each color, so that helps them, but I think we still have the advantage on opponent. About the balance scale. Yeah, we might lose everything here. Cameo of Morning. On the Analyst? On the Cobra. An opponent gets a Forest. Wistfulness will probably do a lot for us. Well, if we are doing here. Okay, they kill loot. But do we actually wistfulness for nothing? I mean, for evoke? Just so we can draw. One, two, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I see. Maybe I could have tried to Chandra and loot.
Let's start at a sizzle and see if you make it to the inferno. Bye-bye!
And I think opponent might have a chance to win here. Yeah, actually, I forgot about Awaken. I guess they didn't play it, so I needed to check it. They can also just steal our commander, so... Okay. GG's. Yeah, if I did the math, maybe we could have had enough mana to Chandra and use loot to kill Muldrotha. We would lead them only with Tebal, but I guess in the end they might have been able to play Muldrotha and a bunch of stuff, so it was our last effort, and it wasn't enough. GG's. Firelord Zuko. Ooh, Ragaman. That's not good for us. Guess let's fire magic here. That was a godsend from the magic gods, I will admit. Practice Signet. Yeah, we have many ways to deal with that. Talisman. Okay. Rational Facebreaker. Destroy artifact, create a treasure. Ooh. What's iteration? And that was a bad one. Artifact. Yeah, so a little lost value in not Fury using expressive iteration, but I think we will be okay. Okay, opponent uses Firebending Mana to channel. Get back Face Breaker. They get a treasure, so they get a decent cards. I guess we will find out. Great. Legend of Roku. I guess it's goodbye. Displacer Kitten. Oh. We go Chandra.
Hey, over here.
We keep loot on the defense. Although if they get something from exile, they might... Yeah, we cannot block Zuko. Ooh, okay, that's not a good omen. Ophelia.
We're done here.
Okay. We were going to play the Overlord, and I guess opponent ran out of card advantage. They did recycle their professional facebreaker, but getting rid of it gave us the upper hand. Also, they didn't know, but we had Essence Flux. So even if we chose, we could just kill Zuko here. And either way, it's game over for opponent. Rofellos, I guess if we keep this one, we will Cyclonic Rofellos. Then they replay it, we Prismatic Command. I think that can work. Yeah, this might not be like a Blood Moon type of game. Although I guess it turns out Yabimaya for what it's worth. Very strong card. Okay, and also the Fetchland. Oops. Yep, my bad. Yeah, now they get to ramp every turn with the Soundguard, and because we don't have decent, well, kill removal, I guess that means we don't get as much. Actually, maybe we can try to kill it here. Smart Command plus Chain Lightning. I think that might do it. Menagerie Curator. And Tusky. Okay, Satoshi for now is just as good as our architect. But that should probably change soon. Maybe. Well, I guess it will on their side, but for us, maybe we need something else to do. Something better. Voracious Hydra. They kill the architect. This one puts it untapped, so actually we can summon seasons. Do we want to give them 8 mana or a bunch of cards? Of decision. Let's go for the mana. They still get a decent amount of cards. So we'll see. And I guess we needed to keep the island rather than the mountain. The end stone. Oof. Yeah, I guess that's good enough. Yeah, them drawing a card whenever they cast a stuff, and I gotta admit the respectable part of our opponent's deck is the fact that they have pretty much drawn off of Menagerie Curator from every card other than Rofellos. So yeah, good on our opponent. Decent deck building. But obviously Rofellos should be probably higher. And if we had played the Blood Moon, they would still have like 8 mana. So they would, I mean 8, 4 and 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So they could still pretty much do what they are doing here. GG on us, I guess. So this opponent is going to get some reanimate stuff going in a roundabout way. You need sacrifice fodder, you need to have your card in your graveyard. Then you tap your commander. Again, so that's part 1. By our opponent taking the time here, it means it's not a combo. They don't have just one target probably. Although if they have reanimate here, okay, not quite. So I guess we sear. Yeah, sear for damage. Then if they cast their commander, we have watch away. Thanks to the treasure. Here, obviously, with the drawbridge, they play their commander. Tap the bridge, give it haste, they get to activate. Ooh, no place. Bitter Bloomberg. Let's wash away. Yeah. Pearlmork. So they get back the bridge. Maybe they want Emperor of Bones now. No, they don't. Ate to dinner. Okay, yeah. We slowed them down, they didn't draw their lands. And here we will. If they block Ragavan, we can kill the bridge with loot. So we are just snowballing with Ragavan. Who would have guessed? Turn 1 Ragavan wins the game. GG's Beko. So they... Okay, our opponent is playing Aura, which means they are going to be playing in instant speed. Which is annoying to say the least. But I think at least we can have a turn where we try to enable to scream their commander. And change... Okay, maybe Lightning Bolt would be better. Now, ideally, we will draw some way to make our commander uncounterable. Can't remember which ones we have. Well, we have Delighted Halfling. And probably a couple of others. Yeah, the 2 lands. So, let's see what they are running. Very Mastermind, that's fine. We can afford to take a couple of hits from the Mastermind. Okay. Let's make a treasure to damage to the commander. Search for Ascanta. Guess we would try to go for Harbinger. Seems like the play. And maybe we also were unable to scream on the ferry. Some of their counter spells will still be working. So we need to keep that in mind. But not having access to black mana is probably awful for them. Yeah, kind of sad about this. But it might be necessary. Remember? Yep. Okay. So they claw their way back. Let's play this Nessa's Pilgrimage. And I guess we kill their commander. Will it resolve here? I guess our future depends on it, so let's find out. All signs point to no. So now they might be able to ask Kanta for a counter. Oh, Bitter Blossom. So either they have a counter or they will try to get one. They have to open mana and wash away.
Is there a deeper meaning to this passage?
Okay, I guess we attack with loot. And sure, let's kill your commander in response. And then we'll draw 2, I guess. Oh, it's still a fairy, so they draw 3. It's a toy, but it's in addition to its other types. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure, opponent. Guess we want to witness protection that particular fairy. Let's draw. Oh, I guess. Generation and then wistfulness. Spell starter. And Planar Genesis since we drew it. Of the denial. Virtue of strength. Okay. Guess that's good for business. Or instead. Ragavan for the regular price. Okay, so attack, jump. Unfortunate. So let's kill Ragavan, I think. Nautic Sprite. I think this will be probably our last turn where we can make a difference. Let's see if it's good enough. And it seems the answer is no.
You want to play with fire,
See
huh?
what's on the top.
Oh, today's my lucky day.
Flame Slash. Good games, Fairies. You got us on this one. Yeah, not being able to kill the Glenalendia Guardian right away, I think, was the final nail in our coffin. GG's though. GG's. Maybe we should have Wistfulness just to kill their Bitter Blossom earlier. That one would also have made sense. Eek. Do we want to risk this hand? I guess. Okay, opponent. Let's hear that. Okay, so Fragment Reality. Yeah, unfortunately that cannot be brought back with Jarsil. Cycling, sure. We cannot play that, so send it away. Guess we could have. During curiosity, let's subtlety. Yeah, they kind of have to counter here. Memory lab. No attacks, and I think we will block their curiosity. Storm Drake. Eaten by piranha. I guess our Thundering Pulse was already there. Actually, let's keep that. Play Jarcel, Illuminating Lash. And that's good enough. Yep, we ran their counted spell out. They ended up cycling Miscalculation. So actually, if they kept it for a couple of turns earlier, they would have been able to counter Icesteel Explorer. But yeah, they just cycled it. I guess they were also having mana issues. I can't remember. But yeah, look at how many we have, so probably. Either way, GG's. Sick. That's gonna be it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this particular build. It is definitely not the most conventional version of loot. But I do have some fun with Blood Moon and even Harbinger of the Seas. Even though, yeah, I guess the only game where it backfired was against fairies. But if we had, well, I guess they didn't, if we had Blood Moon, actually, the enchantment, they wouldn't be able to get out of it. But if it was Magus instead of Harbinger, they would be able to cast less spells, but in the end they used Dismember, so that's what got them out. But like I said, it's fun to play it, fun to get some opponents tilting. And because it's 3 colors, not many opponents are going to be thinking about it, thinking about you Blood Mooning them. So it's a nice surprise for them. Also, the fact that we just get enough lands and we can just draw 3 cards, probably the best mode of loot. Ancestral Recall, after all, is one of the most banned cards. Lightning Bolt is good, but definitely not on the same power level as Recall, so Having access to that in the command zone really helped this deck. We didn't get to see much of the blinking, but it's also decent enough if you get it repeatedly. So hopefully you enjoyed watching, and I'm the Hermit. I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.